Hi everyone, welcome. Thanks for joining me. In this video, I'll be discussing common speech errors, also known as slip of the tongue, as well as error in speech comprehension, also known as slips of the ear. This error in comprehension and production are completely normal, and we all could of them at one point or another. In fact, if you never come in error in production or comprehension of language, you are not human and you should get a check out. Let's start with speech error or slip of the tongue. Although there are a number of speech errors, this video will focus on a few of the more common ones first. First, let's start with anticipation. This is an error in which a later sound replaces an earlier sound in an uterus. So, for example, in basketball, a player can take a free throw, but this phrase is often mispronounced as free throw. So, in the example, free throw, you have the interdental fricative replace the labiodental fricative in the uterus. So, in another words, your brain is already anticipating having to articulate the interdental fricative before the phrase is even uttered. Next is perseverance. This is speech. Next. Next, perseverance. This is a speech error in which an earlier sound replaces a later sound, or in which that earlier sound simply stick around or perceive hence its term perseveration. So the phrase black boxes could be mispronounced as black boxes. Nothing that the old sound is hanging around awkwardly, like the word guy at the party who stay with too long after all the other guests have left. Next, in the word extents, this is an error in which one word switches position with another word in a uterus. So, for example, instead of the phrase 15-pound bag of dog food, a speaker may actually say a 50-pound dog of bag food. Next is a blend. A blend is an error in which parts of two or more words are combined to yield a new word. So, for example, instead of either saying great or good, a speaker might say good. So they have taken the syllable onset good for the word good and combined it with the syllable rhyme. From the word good, yielding good. I don't see what the problem is with this. Perfectly good. Next is the metasis. Metasis is a speech error in which two syllables. Next is metathesis. Metathesis is a speech error in which two sound with possession with one another. So, for example, in the phrase milk and honey, this could be mispronounced as hilk and money. Nothing here that they called fricative, and the palpable have which is possessed much like a politician changing their states on a issue. It's important to note that metathesis as a speech error is not to be confused with metathesis as a contradiction effect, such as in the pronunciation of x as x. This is often a feature of some speaker dialect of English. Next is spanners. This is a kind of metathesis that involves sound or sound clauses which switches position with each other across the word, and this results in memorable phrases such as the dear old queen becoming the quiet old teen. Now, spinners were named after River William Spooner, who taught at Oxford for years, and he was reported to have used the called Spooner's a lot. Also, it's actually unclear whether they did so, and if he did, whether they are actual speech error or if they were intended mispronunciation used for comedic effect. Lastly is a malposition. A malpartisan is a speech error in which the speaker uses an incorrect word that sounds similar to the target word. For example, after a boxing match, Mike Tyson was interviewed and asked what they would do next in his career, and he responded, "I don't know. I might just fade into oblivion," rather than "I might just fade into Bolivian." So Bolivian and Bolivian, they sound very similar, and this effect is actually a bit of metasis going on there, but because they're different word and the incorrect word is used, that we're calling this multiple. So this term multiple come from my Mr. Malpap, who was a character in the series played the rival, and this character was known for using the so-called malperson to comedic effect. And just like with spammerism, they can actually be honey speech error, or they could be mispronunciation that are used in dictation. It's important to recognize that although some speech error may appear random, they are not random because they are governed by phonetic thief, or the system of rules that determine what phoneme can go next to what another phoneme in a language. In English, for example, we have the phrase black and white. So we would not expect an English speaker to say something like black and white. Why? Well, that's because in English, wool, the sounds queen w and o cannot from a syllable on onset in English. However, in that of the phrase black and white, a speaker could say white and black, not only because white and black both represent syllable in English, but they both actually word in English. So why do these slips of the tongue happen either? Well, there's a number of reasons. I mean, a speaker could be tired, they could be distracted, they could be multitasking, or they could be feeling perfect and they just make a simple mistake. Remember, these speech errors are totally normal, and we all do them at some points, but they do offer a really unique window into the complex processes of speech education. I mean speech production. Now, let's discuss error in comprehension, or slip of the ear. We have all done this at some point or another. Often it's happening in casual conversation where we just misses somebody and we misunderstood that they say because we incorrect parts the words that they use. But the more memorable example of slips of the air happen with misinterpreting so lyrics in music. So, for example, if you can think back on that famous Elton John song Tiny Dancer, you could be forgiven if you mistook the lyrics as Hold Me Closer, Tiny Dancer, and acted instead of Hold Me Closer, Teeny Dancer. Maybe you remember Jimi Hendrix' song Purple Hands, and she say, "Excuse me, will I kiss the sky?" Well, a lot of people thought that he said, "Excuse me, will I kiss this guy?" When I was younger and I would hear the Rolling Stones sing their song Beast of Burden, I was sure that Mick Jagger was actually singing "I'll Never Be Your Pink Suburban" rather than "I'll Never Be Your Piece of Burden." So why do these slips of the air happen? Why just like with slip of the tongue? It could be a number of reasons. I mean, the listener could be tired, they could be distracted, or even if everything is fine, or branding often make mistake and they try to resolve ambiguity or incomplete parts of language by filling in the blank itself. Based on context and lived experience is perfectly natural, and we all do this. So, as will slip of the tongue, slip of the air after a really unique window into complex process of speech comprehension. Okay, that's all for now. I hope you found this video useful. Thank you so much for watching, and please feel free to comment below with an example of a slip of the tongue or slip of the ear that you have either heard or pressed used in the past. In the meantime, stay safe, be well, and I'll see you soon. Take care.